is Trinity and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be trying to read for 12 hours straight. So when I do this today, I'm going to start the timer and I'm not going to stop it. So like if I take a couple breaks to use the restroom, to make lunch, if my eyes literally stop working, I will take a break and like play guitar or do something else. But my goal for today is to start the timer and read as much as physically possible for myself in 12 hours. And it's not to like sit down for 12 hours and force myself through it, because I would prefer to still like reading after this experience. So all that being said, it's about 7:40 right now and I'm going to start reading while I eat breakfast and stuff. I only have like 4 or 5 chapters left in this book, like nothing literally at all. So this will be easy to get through. And then after that, I might listen to an audiobook, or I certainly have books on my bookshelf I have not read that I could read. I'll read that and I'll let you guys know where I'm at in a little bit. Finished Mortal Queens. I really liked it. I wish I had the second book to read, but I'll have to read something else because I don't have it. But I will have to think on what I want to rate it a little bit, because overall it was a really, really good book and I really enjoyed it. But like in the ending, I don't want to spoil too much, but there was one point where she had to decide between 2 different options, and I feel like she was dead set on what her choice was going to be, and then she just like randomly was like, no, I changed my mind because this person convinced me to. And I was like, well, okay, but a little fast to change your mind. But other than that, the ending was crazy to me. I really, really liked it. I kind of got to think on the rating. I don't know if that one scene will actually affect my rating. But now I kind of have to decide what I'm going to read next. Okay, so I chose to read Unraveled by Shannon Messenger. It's the next Keeper's Lost Cities book. Partly because I haven't read it yet and I got it like a long time ago. And also partly because, I mean, like, her books are all easy to read. It's got big letters. Like, I don't think I'll get this entire book done today. This is like 400 pages, but hopefully I'll enjoy it. It's like easy to read, quick. And if I get bored with it, I can always switch to another book, listen to an audiobook, do something. Haven't reached chapter 1 yet and realized I forgot book tabs, which is not that big of a deal, but it's gonna annoy me, so I'm going to get those. As I told you earlier, I started Unraveled in Keeper's Lost Cities, and I'm really glad I did. I can't say it's like my favorite book ever, but like it's interesting seeing things from Keith's perspective. It's really funny, and also again, as I was talking about earlier, like there's big words and like short chapters and stuff, and so I'm about 25% of the way through, which for some people is not a lot, but for me that's like crazy. Okay, like that's a lot of reading. I'm on page 108, so I think I'm going to take a break, listen to an audiobook while I make lunch, and then I can either continue listening to that while I eat, or I could keep reading this, and then we'll see after that. But I'm very glad I picked up a book that's like not only somewhat humorous, but like goes quickly. It's easy to read. We're about 3.5 hours in, which is crazy to think about. I only have like, I think 8.5 hours left, and I feel like it's going by really fast, which is good because I was kind of worried. I was like, this is gonna go forever. It's gonna take so long. I'm gonna hate reading after this. But so far I've enjoyed this process. I can't say that by hour 12 I'll be like reading as rapidly or anything, but I'm glad it's going pretty well so far. And I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. So clearly I haven't updated you in a while, but last time I did, I think I was about to get lunch. So I did that, and as you saw, I walked on the treadmill for a little bit. I knew going into today I wasn't really gonna get much exercise or whatever. I knew I was gonna be like sitting around all day, but I kind of want to like get up and do something. So I walked on the treadmill for like 30 minutes, listened to an audiobook, and then I went out. I folded laundry first while listening to an audiobook. Then I went outside, just sat out there for a little bit, which was nice because it was like 70s, but I was in the shade. So then I got a shower, and now I'm just gonna chill on the couch again or the chair somewhere and keep reading. Still reading Unraveled. I'm about this much in. Like, this is what I read so far, and I'm very proud of that actually. Like, I don't think I've ever read this much in like one day, but like, again, as I've showed you, like the words are like kids fiction be like. I mean, I know it's like 12 plus, but I love it because it's like I can read and finish so much. I'm about 157 pages in. Last time I updated you, I wasn't halfway yet, but we're over halfway now. And so we got like 5 hours left and I'm hoping I'll get a good chunk of this done. So I'm gonna do that. I'll finally shut up and I'll talk to you guys again later. So now that I did my Bible reading, my Bible reading and stuff, I'm trying to decide what I should read now. I could either keep reading this, which is fine. I like the book. It's enjoyable. It goes quickly. As you can tell, I'm like halfway through. I'm so excited. I'm so like proud of myself. That being said, maybe I'll do something else. I also have last night I was going to bed and I was like bored, and I decided I was gonna start like a deep discussion book. so clearly it's the next day. I didn't get to like wrap this up yesterday, but I did finish. I did all 12 hours and it went amazing, and I'm like really happy that it went good. Okay, like I was like worried I was gonna be in a reading slump after this, but I was not. I'm still excited to read. Maybe not today. Maybe I need a 24-hour rest period. But I did still do it, and I still enjoyed it, and it was fun. I did read a lot yesterday, like a lot for me, okay? Because I don't finish books in one day, and I didn't finish books in one day unless you count the one that I wrapped up, but like with all the pages counted together, I could have read an entire book in one day. As you know, yesterday I finished up the last couple chapters of Mortal Queens. I ended up giving it a 5-star. I loved it so much. And it was like a really great book to read. I totally recommend it. It's really good. It's also got like a very interesting like world, and I think that's what really made me enjoy it and gravitate to it, is the fact that it's like not 100% average. It's something you would very unique. It's something very special, something you don't always see in a book, and I very much appreciated that. I ended up reading 74 pages of this, which good amount for finishing up a book. It took me way longer than I thought it would to read 3 chapters. It took me like an hour and a half to read 3 chapters. But I regret nothing. I'm glad I finished it, okay? And then as you saw, I started Unraveled, which is book 9.5 in the Keepers of the Lost City series. And I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not done with it. Obviously, I didn't finish the entire book yesterday. But I have more in it, read than I don't read. Like the smaller section is what I haven't read. I don't ever read that much in a day, and I'm so proud of myself. I ended up reading 256 pages of this book, but this was my biggest book I read yesterday. Like, not only in width, but this is what took me the longest. I don't really know how long I read this for, but I know it was most of the 12 hours, but I regret nothing. And then the other book I read is Cold Case Christianity by J. Warner Wallace, and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only like in the first couple chapters. I don't know necessarily exactly which one, but it is interesting because he's showing how he's going to prove Jesus's existence, if that makes sense. So I realized I didn't explain the book yesterday, what it was about. I ended up ranting and going down a whole entire rabbit hole. To explain what it's about, it's basically J. Warner Wallace, the author of this book, used to be a devout atheist, but he was a homicide detective, so he worked with solving like cold cases and stuff. He decided he was going to use his training experience from learning how to do that and put it into explaining and proving Christianity. So again, as an atheist, he was going into it deciding he was going to try to prove it wrong, and he was going to explore it more and actually go in depth for himself rather than just taking people's word for it. So that's what he did, and it's based and coming to a long conclusion over this thing. He ended up figuring out that Christianity was true, that it wasn't a lie, and that Jesus did die on the cross, and that it was real. And so basically he's walking you through the steps of his own personal journey of how he proved Jesus was real, and teaching you kind of how to do that for yourself, sort of. So it's kind of interesting to see. He's using he uses real life examples to kind of show you different processes and steps he uses, which I think is cool. Again, only a couple chapters in, but I enjoyed that. I ended up reading 49 pages of this. And then as you saw, I listened to an audiobook whenever I wasn't like physically reading yesterday. I only ended up listening for a total of like 30 minutes. But like that translated to about 74 pages still, which was a good amount. But basically this book is a retelling of Tangled, and basically like it's this brother telling it. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's this brother telling the story to his sister who loves Tangled, but he's putting his own twist on it, kind of. Now, all those books being accounted for, the audiobook, Cold Case Christianity, Mortal Queens, Unraveled, everything I read yesterday, I ended up reading a total of 453 pages. So that's what I was saying earlier. I could have read like an entire book. Like most of the books I read are between 400 and 500 pages. And so if I had started a completely new book and decided all day I was just gonna go cover to cover, I probably could have finished another book. I'm glad I did it the way I did, reading several different books rather than just staying with one the entire time. Yes, I did like Favorite Unraveled and read that one more. However, I didn't get as bored because I had several different books I was kind of switching between and different storylines and stuff. But to wrap things up, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. I really started this channel just to do like fun things like this, like read for 12 hours straight and take you guys along with me as I try new things, recommend books, and as I just do fun things in general. I really hope that you enjoyed this, that it was entertaining, maybe even inspired you to try reading for 12 hours straight, because I actually really recommend it and it's fun. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and Jesus loves you so much. Bye!